Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Well, let's check in on some of the stocks on the move today in Europe. I'm Stephen Carroll and I'm joined by Bloomberg's breaking news editor, Louise Moon. Louise, good morning. Let's start with Rio Tinto. Some movement on their share prices today. What's going on?
Their new CEO is essentially implementing a huge strategy overhaul. So this was announced early this morning. So Simon Trott, he joined in August as the CEO. He's announced his plans. Yeah, a total overhaul and kind of a restructuring of Rio to boost it. So they're planning to raise up to $10 billion and they're going to reinvest that into the business. They're going to raise that money by divesting some stakes, selling minority stakes and a whole host of other measures. So a lot of cost saving measures to raise that money, reinvest that into the business and then at the same time kind of pull back from non-core ambitions. So things like lithium. So for example, they've only said they're going to commit more capital to lithium when they say it's supported by markets and returns. So essentially this is a plan to slim down the business, make it more simple and refocus on their core, so copper and iron ore in particular. It adds to changes that Trott's already done, so he's already implemented a few measures, so he's cut back on some staff already since he's been there and a few kind of non-core units, but this is kind of his big entire plan that he's laid out now. If you're just taking a step back in terms of kind of the context of it comes as, you know, Rio's faced quite a lot of criticism over the last few years about becoming far too bloated and focusing on a host of different things rather than its original core. And it also kind of echoes changes made by miners across the industry. So, you know, there's a lot of attention now turning back to profitable assets, copper in particular, and a lot of consolidation in the industry as it you know struggles with new norms. So yeah, so this is Trott's his new strategy that he's implemented. And I just want to end on a quote with him that I quite liked. He said, "It's about focusing on what for us is the greatest opportunities. If you try to do everything and you get nothing done." Which I thought was quite a good life lesson for everyone.
Well, a bit of philosophy along with the mining news there. Rio Tinto shares down slightly this morning in trading and under at the moment. Let's go to Philips next, Louise. Their shares actually down significantly, down over 7%.
Indeed, yeah. So this is the Amsterdam listed health tech company. So shares down. This morning they were the worst performer in the healthcare index of the Stoxx 600. This is after a note by Citi analysts. They're saying that both tariffs and China challenges, or they're noting tariff and China challenges for 2026 for the company. And this is their takeaways from Citi's own conference that has been happening. So the analysts have said that Philips itself cautioned that headwinds from tariffs next year will almost double. They're expecting the environment in China also to remain pretty muted next year. So as a result of that, the Citi analysts are saying that they think that sales growth expectations for next year are probably too high, particularly given the company stressed, you know, that they can't double their growth rate again as they have done next year. So shares reacting, as you say, on the back of that, so falling into the red this morning.
Okay, so that's the news on Philips. And finally, Trustpilot. Has it gotten a bad review?
It has, from a short seller. So short seller Grizzly Research, they've published a report this morning and essentially saying that they're short Trustpilot. It's quite a damning report if you read through it. I won't go into kind of all the details, but, you know, includes claims from them about things like fake reviews. I should say Bloomberg has gone to Trustpilot for some comment on that. So they've published that. Trustpilot, it's hitting their shares. They were down almost 9% this morning on the back of that short seller report.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.